Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the Twin Astrology forecast for the Twin Flame Collective for the week ahead. And so these are energies from August 7th through to the 13th. And so the biggest highlight in the energies this week for the twins would be the Lionsgate portal reaching its peak tomorrow on 8/8. I know I've been receiving all kinds of new light codes and activations over the weekend. And I do feel as these light codes kind of saturate the collective, it is asking the Divine Masculine to stop hiding from his truth on his heart and to embrace this soul remembrance process. And so we do have this Lionsgate portal tying into the Venus in Leo retrograde. And so this is all about healing the past and allowing the heart to guide us forward. Leo does represent the heart. And so I do feel a recognition of where the Divine Masculine betrayed the Divine Feminine, and in essence, he in turn did betray himself from these past choices. And so it really is time for the Divine Masculines to show up and to embrace this alchemical process in our outer world. And so I do feel we are at a very peak time for the twin flames with this galactic gateway, this Syrian portal gateway. And so it's kind of wide open. It's at its peak today and tomorrow. And so this is known as the Syrian Lionsgate portal, and this has been celebrated since ancient times. And so this portal is linked to the pyramids of Giza. And this is when the pyramids of Giza align with both the Orion constellation, which would represent the energy of the Divine Masculine, Osiris, and the Sirius constellation at the same time, which is representative of the Divine Feminine, the Isis energy. And so we are here to bridge all of these higher dimensional codes. And as all of these higher dimensional codes saturate the collective, we are going to be triggered to the max throughout the week. I feel we're going to feel this very intense triggering throughout the week as we walk through this gateway galactic portal. And this really is a peak time for the twins to connect in the astral soul planes. I do feel, I know I've been really connected to my higher self lately. And dream space, vivid dreams, messages coming through in dream space. I know I've had a new soulmate connection showing up in dream space. Well, he's actually in the physical, but the dreams with this soulmate have been coming through almost nightly for the last couple of weeks. And so there's a lot of shifts kind of happening. There's a lot of downloads and messages being received. And all of these light codes are kind of bring forward an awakening through this Lionsgate portal. And so a lot of people talk about the Lionsgate portal. You see all of the posts all over Facebook, all over social media, wherever, right? And so it really is a manifestation portal. It is a time to manifest prosperity, abundance. It truly is. But with this ability to manifest also comes a heightened energy of being triggered and put to the test. And so as all of these massive light wave codes saturate the collective and come in, it does trigger the shadow aspects, and it triggers the falsehoods that the masculine's ego has constructed for himself as part of that status quo limited foundation. And so all of these karmic soul contracts really are coming undone and becoming unraveled. And this process does mean a lot of triggers are going to be coming to the surface. And so triggers allow us an opportunity to look at ourselves in the mirror and to recognize where we held ourselves back. A trigger is there to show you that something is not aligned, right? And so I do feel there's still that shadow karmic feminine blocking the masculine. And so the masculine is still involved in this karmic entanglement, this karmic attachment, due to these old programmed beliefs. And so this karmic darkness, the karmic feminine darkness, is what's blocking the masculine's path when it comes to this powerful new beginning coming forward. And so divine feminine, stay aware of your triggers, stay aware of your thoughts, stay aware of your intentions. Use your mind and your thoughts wisely this week. Trust in your power. I do feel this is a week of the feminine embracing this soul embodiment of your full authentic light. And so this is going to trigger the remembrance on the masculine's end. And so when we trust in the divine plan, when we trust in the higher power, this will allow the soul plan to kind of play out, right? And so the twins came here with an original soul plan that we intended to follow through with as this reunion process. And so the masculines are being asked to take the next step there after this activation. And so right now I feel there's a lot of sifting through divine truth versus 3D illusion. And so the more aware the feminine is of herself, the more rooted you are in self-love, the less likely it will be that you will become dragged down into the masculine's hopelessness, pessimism, and all of these negative connotations that the masculine plays into. And so I do feel a lot of the masculines do not feel the feminine's love anymore. And they do feel that the feminine is completely out of reach. And so we need to be rooted in love and unity consciousness. Separation is an illusion. And so the nature of the universe is what goes around comes around. And so the universe is always seeking to restore the balance when it comes to the imbalances within these karmic timelines and these past life karmic cycles. And so I do feel there's like a shroud of darkness surrounding the masculine when it comes to this repressed sadness. I was going to say anger and sadness kind of wanted to come out together at the same time. Shrouded in sadness and anger and disappointment. And so all of these lower thought processes and these lower energetic states is saying that the masculine is still rooted in fear-based energies. And so a lot of the masculines have forgotten where they come from, have forgotten why they came here. And it is the feminine that recognizes the love and that our souls are always connected to this divine source, right? This divine supply of energy. And so I do feel if you've been feeling a heaviness or a tightness, divine feminine, this is a clear signal or indication that the masculine is still connected to a lie or an illusion of some sort. And I did receive confirmation that my counterpart is still connected to that lie and that illusion. I don't go looking. I don't go create any energy cores. I am not gone looking for a very long time into my divine masculine's life. I've let it be. It is what it is. But I did have somebody tell me of some new pictures up on Facebook, which was a huge disappointment on the weekend that I kind of had to work through. But it gave me the strength that I needed to keep moving forward. I do feel a lot of the karmics are grasping, trying to manipulate and control. A lot of them are temptresses. And so on the actual Lionsgate portal this week, on August 8th, we do have Venus retrograde in Leo, conjunct Black Moon Lilith, which is also in Leo. And we also have Venus retrograde squaring it up with Uranus, which is in Taurus. And so a lot of fixed energy, fixed, right? Determined, fixed. And so on the 8/8 portal, Venus will conjunct Black Moon Lilith at 23 degrees. And then it is going to square Uranus at 22 degrees. And so the intensity of the Lionsgate energy will peak on that day, and that will be the peak of the Venus retrograde cycle. And it is the energy of 40 days and 40 nights. Of like Jesus in the desert being tempted by Satan. And so a lot of the masculines are being tempted by the satanic karmic feminine at this time. And so when we talk about Black Moon Lilith, it's called Black Moon Lilith because she's literally black. It's like a void, right? It's not really a planet. It's not an asteroid. It's very similar to the nodal aspects. It's like a mathematical point that's calculated in our birth chart where the moon is the farthest distance from the earth. And so Black Moon Lilith doesn't actually exist in physical form. It is an energy. It is a shadow energy. Black Moon Lilith in our natal chart represents our deepest, darkest, repressed desires. And this is the part of ourselves that we find most difficult to express in physical form, in our physical reality. And this is due to the fact that these dark parts of ourselves have been so far repressed, we're afraid to acknowledge them. And so with Venus retrograde, conjunct Black Moon Lilith and square Uranus on the 8-8 portal, all of these suppressed emotions, which would be the Venus energy, when we suppress our emotions, the feminine aspects, they will erupt in unprecedented ways. And so I do feel there's going to be a lot of tantrums, emotional outbursts, a lot of negative, shadowy aspects being expressed and projected in the energies when it comes to what is no longer relevant. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? And so we need to break free from these old program beliefs, from these social connotations, from these status quo foundations. And so this energy is going to be felt stronger than ever this week. And so I do feel this transit is going to be very disruptive if you are not aligned and rooted in your truth. If you're still rooted in an illusion somewhere, in a false contract, get ready for disruption, chaos, and conflict. And so the Uranus is going to reveal something important as to what needs to change. Uranus comes to shake things up a little bit, right? And so another big transit I do want to talk about that's going to be playing out this week will be later in the week on Sunday, on August the 13th. And that is when Venus retrograde will be conjunct the sun in Leo, double Leo again, right? And so we're working with a lot of fire energy, rebirth by fire. And this is rebirthing the heart. And so when Venus conjuncts the sun, this is going to indicate a brand new Venus cycle is beginning. And so this is the rebirth of the heart, the rebirth of Christ consciousness. And so the past is coming back up again, because we can't go into the new until we put the past to bed. And so they're showing me the 10 of Swords in my third eye right now. And so any past betrayals where we've betrayed ourselves, which would be similar to like the 5 of Swords, self-betrayal, manipulation, right? Self-sabotaging behaviors. And so astrologically speaking, the conjunction of Venus and the sun, it's like where they swap places, right? And so instead of it rising in the evening sky, now Venus will rise in the morning sky before the sun. And so this is going to be an exact conjunction on August the 13th, which is providing an opportunity to reconnect with the heart. Because this is what it's about, guys, right? The heart, what really matters to you on the heart. Look back at the journey. I've been consciously on the journey since my Kundalini activation since 2019. So I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. Heck, I'm not even the same person I was 2 years ago or even 8 years ago. And so we change, we evolve on this journey. And so it's like the feminine is stepping into a whole new you, is what it feels like. And so I do feel the feminine is being afforded a chance for a fresh start, whether this is with the counterpart that activated you or whether this is with a soulmate connection. But I do feel this is going to be a week of taking some time to reconnect with yourself first and foremost, and to listen to what your heart really wants, because we can't go deeper into states of love without this rebirth by fire through the heart space, which is the Leo energy. And so this is going to be a huge week of processing all of these repressed emotions, shifting, recalibrating with all of these light codes and these downloads that have been coming in, to rediscover our inner power, because we're here to bridge heaven and earth. And so I do feel the feminine is coming more into her soul gifts this week. And so this can be a very positive week. It's going to depend on where you are, the work you've done, the shadow integration you've done. But the more you can stay in that positive light, the more invigorating the energy is going to feel. And the more positive light that you hold, Divine Feminine, the more triggering that is possible on the flip side of the journey for the Divine Masculine. So ultimately, I do feel this is a week where we're being asked to remember why we came here, what the soul blueprint is, what the service mission is, and why we came here as a pair to clear all of these 3D illusions. The twins came here to clear and release the 3D illusions of the karmic timelines. And in order to do that, we have to let our light shine. And we have to let that light shine in our physical life in every single day. We've got to practice what we preach. So I do feel connecting with your higher self this week, or the higher selves, so to speak, because we are one soul connected in two physical bodies. Let's jump in with some cards. Let's see what else needs to come through for the twins for the week ahead. And so this is actually take 2. I don't know what went wrong with that first video, but this is take 2. And so maybe that first message wasn't really meant to come through. I'm kind of on the fence as to what cards to pick this week, where to kind of start off with. But I do think we are going to start off with the Kyle Gray deck, the Gateway of Light activation cards. We'll start with this deck, and then we'll see where that takes us. So I am present. So there is a lot of light body activations taking place. There's a lot of angelic frequencies, I feel, saturating the collective with this portal. And so we all have the ability to access this divine wisdom from within. Ooh, there's a lot of spiritual initiations going on this week. So secrets revealed, hidden secrets uncovered. I do feel a week of annihilation, initiations, and the feminine is being asked to stay present, be present in the present moment. Yeah. Ooh, memories of Atlantis. And so we are in a portal of spiritual acceleration, is what I feel, as we progress towards this new age of technology, the age of Aquarius. And so we are here to recreate this change. And so a big message would be, you might want to retreat this week to recharge and to trust in the process as all of this karma and dharma kind of unfolds. So trust in the process. Let's get a couple other messages. What else do the twins need to be aware of this week? Orion activation. Okay, we get Shambhala initiations. We also got Venusian Galactic Council. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Orion activation. And below that, we have the Heart of Source with the Anunnaki light codes. So there's a massive energetic shift playing out. There's a lot of new information and downloads coming in when it comes to the ending of a karmic cycle. And so there's that Orion activation with the Venusian Galactic Council. That would be linked to the Syrian activations. And so we are being guided to answer the call. The Divine Masculine is being asked to answer the call of the feminine. And so as the feminine retreats, recharges, and trusts in the process and receives that dharma, the masculine is being called to action, the Orion activation. And this is the heart of the matter, right? We do hold this all-encompassing unconditional love in our heart. And so the feminine, I feel, is being asked to reach unconditional acceptance and to just embrace serenity as we go through this powerful energy shift. Cycles are ending, and these might not fully come to a close until we have that final eclipse, the Taurus Scorpio eclipse in the fall. But I do feel there is like this cosmic reordering taking place with this divine alchemy, with these unions, and a new consciousness is being manifested. So all of these dark, hidden, repressed feelings and secrets are going to be revealed as the masculine goes through this initiation and activation. And so I was working very closely in the beginning of my journey with the Palladian light forces. I was surrounded by thousands of Palladian light beings when I had my Kundalini activation. And so I do feel the Palladians are trying to restore the harmony in the heavens as the twins come together and seek that resolution on the earthly planes. So let's do some dragon oracle messages because of the higher energies coming in. So we get the lilac fire dragon, rebirth by fire. So this is where we transmute the shadow self and we harness this power of divine love. So I do feel we need to be fully open to this transcendence love. And we are embracing massive periods of enlightenment, but we do have to go through the purification of the heart, the fire in the heart. And then we get the green gold dragon from Sirius. And so this is bringing forward all of this universal wisdom, opening up the spiritual pathway, I feel, this week. And so the twins to come here to learn about technology, spiritual technology, and we are here to transmit all of this sacred knowledge and to share this knowledge. And so Kuan Yin's pink dragon, there is a major reset when it comes to karmic balancing this week. So you can envision all of the cords dissolving as you embrace this transcendence love. I do feel the feminine is being reminded to enjoy your freedom, right? Just to see the divine all around you. Let's see what else needs to come through. Fire and water. Fire and water sometimes don't really mix, right? Water likes to put out the fire. But I want to say prepare for massive changes. Prepare to move forward quickly, accelerated ascension, and expect the unexpected. I think a week of having fun for the divine feminine and expect the unexpected. Listen, we are closing out a major cycle. So we're going to get a few more of these cards for the twins. What are their messages? Dark blue galactic dragon. This, I feel, is helping the masculine listen to the voice of the universe in the heart. So there's a lot of light codes being ignited when it comes to the twins master blueprint being activated. And I do feel the masculine is embracing, accessing this cosmic wisdom and entering into a higher contract of service with the divine feminine. Aquamarine dragon from Neptune. Neptune does rule illusions. And so a lot of the masculines have been in a slumber, an illusion, right? A false contract. And so that has been like their mask that has kind of prevented them from accessing this deep pain. And in the deep pain is the deep soul wisdom. And so spirituality and wisdom are available to everyone in the collective, whether you're a twin flame or not. We all have the ability to develop our psychic gifts, our psychic abilities. We all can receive the soul knowledge and the downloads that are saturating the collective. is what I'm feeling. But we do have to rise above the illusion and these karmic earthly matters. And so what is required in the energies this week, and integrity has been coming up very loud everywhere for me, is honest communication. Honest communication will always bring the higher perspective. When we are living in a state of denial, that's when we go round and round and round and facing all of these obstacles. So I do feel the twins are here to embody this Christ conscious light, the Christ energy of love and flow. So go with the flow, because there are some obstacles to overcome. So how can you prepare your heart, Divine Feminine, to reconnect with the highest Christ cosmic heart that you hold within? Let's do some sacred geometry activation oracle messages, and then we'll jump in. We'll jump in with the tarot tantric journey. So tantric journey. This usually is an indication of a Kundalini activation, where the tantric journey unlocks all of the sacred hidden knowledge and wisdom that we hold, right? That we intricately hold at our soul blueprint level. And so we are reaching states of wholeness, Divine Feminine, is what I'm feeling. And we are reaching a completion. And so how can you harness your passion and ground that into your earthly mission is what I want to say. And so I do feel the feminine is being reminded too. I think this is a big reminder in the energies this week, is that behind every intense emotion, there is a gift. And so we as humans, as souls in a human body, came here to experience every human emotion, the intensity of every human emotion. And when we no longer hide those repressed emotions, there's gifts, right? We receive insights. We can restore balance. We can restore calm when we clear all of the negative emotions. And so I do feel the energies, this Lionsgate portal, are assisting us to find balance within the intensity that is coming up, because we are being asked to move from cycles of chaos into cycles of calm. And a lot of us on the journey, we go into many trauma-bonded karmic relationship cycles, and we're relationship experts. I do feel a lot of the twin flames are relationship experts. And we go into these karmic relationships to learn about ourselves with another. And so we can't reach these states of completion and wholeness until all of this hidden knowledge is unearthed, usually through triggers. And so I do feel, so many of us get used to drama, chaos, and conflict when we are in a state of having a healthy relationship with self and with another. It can almost at first feel boring or wrong, and we run and we self-sabotage, right? But I do feel the energy this week is bringing forward long-lasting wisdom, so we can ground these unions and all of our spiritual aspects in the physical reality. So let's see what else needs to come through with the sacred geometry activations, what we can expect in the energies this week for the twins. Cosmic flower, that's the energy of the Divine Feminine and compassion. I spoke with another Divine Feminine this morning, and so because the feminine is like this mediator when it comes to bridging heaven and earth, we are the cosmic flower, right? The feminine is always activated first when it comes to this remembrance process. And the remembrance of this place we call home, which is so much deeper than just the counterpart. It's our cosmic ancestry, our starseed ancestry, on all of our past human existence, memories. The place we call home at the core is the magnificence of this connection. And so the feminine, I feel, is being asked to harness the frequency of compassion, to support the masculine, to stand against all of this judgment being passed down on him. And so I do feel there's a lot alchemizing between the spiritual world and the material world this week. So this unconditional love can flow not only between the feminine and source, but through our heart into the world with the masculine, right? The Holy Trinity. And so allowance is the energy of just being invited to just be divine feminine. Allow the journey and whatever comes your way to be ebbed and flowed through without judgment. And so the feminine, I feel, is at this place of non-judgment, non-opinion, releasing fear, releasing resistance. And when we do this, we allow the universe to finally become our partner and our manifesting partner. And then we can expand beyond these karmic cycles and this karmic existence. And that will bring forward that moment of realization. I do feel the masculines are deeply struggling with this realization and this internal process of becoming aware of that heart-centered truth that they have denied for many years. And so now it needs to become an external process so we can step into our highest expression as twin flames is what I'm feeling. So let's see what else needs to come through for the twins for the week ahead. Any other messages for the twins? There's that passion. Again, 34 breaking down to a 7. And so the energies really are assisting us. So I do feel, get ready for a lot of intense emotions that have been hidden to surface, because the divine feminine, I feel, has planted that seed. You have conceptualized this tower to come down. And so I do feel there's going to be a tower this week for a lot of the masculines as the feminine is supported. A lot of the feminines go through the awakening first. We go through this intricate understanding of the cosmic connection of all creation, of all things being interwoven, interconnected. And the masculine is kind of like the matrix twin stuck in the 3D matrix. And so as the feminine fully opens herself up, expresses herself, helps others on their journey reconnect to their cosmic understanding, I do feel this is conceptualizing the tower. And so I do feel the energy, the light codes coming in are bringing this conscious awareness of the masculine's origin of Orion to the surface. The Orion energy. And so they are remembering their infinite potential, the possibilities in all space and time. But they are going to have to find their focused awareness to set that intention to harness their inner authority. And so there's like a breakdown of false beliefs taking place this week. There's like the 10 and the 11. And so 10 is the completion. This is where the masculine needs to harness his powerful inner authority through the solar plexus. And so this is where he needs to find his direction. He needs to realize his full potential. The masculines are to realize that they can be both receptive, wise, and loving, right? Or triple bang. But I do feel a shift in beliefs. So a lot of the masculines are dealing with self-worth issues this week, I feel. And I do feel a lot of the masculines are looking at the feminine and they're maybe a little bit jealous of her gifts and her talents and how accelerated she is on the twin flame journey versus where they've been, because the feminine's got this very strong connection with source and the masculine has been, you know, playing games in those lower facets. And so I do feel the energy is fertile for the integration of these unions this week, but it will require empowerment. It will require embracing every part of ourselves, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I have good, bad, and ugly parts too. I'm not, you know, what you see on here is not my 24/7 everyday life. We all have good, bad, and ugly parts. And when we shift our perception from positive and negative, right? And so we can have a balanced symphony of life, and not everything is good and not everything is bad. And there are moments of both. But I do feel when we fully embrace the good, the bad, and the ugly, we can rebalance the symphony for our life. And so I do feel the masculine can hear the feminine soul song as she balances and integrates. But I do feel the energy is very fertile for this grand expression to come forward on the masculine's behalf. So I do feel a lot of activations of consciousness. And so where can you harness your empowerment this week? Let's jump in with some tarot. Oh, let's jump in with some tarot. Well, looky here. The Seven of Wands upright and the Hierophant in reverse. So a lot of the masculines received poor counsel. It's in reverse, so it's not wise. Not wise counsel. They received poor counsel when it comes to their social circle, their family, their friends, all of that good stuff, right? And so they've been on the defense. This is the energy of on guard. You better be ready to defend yourself. I do feel a lot of accusations, a lot of people coming at the masculines, and this is stemming around false beliefs, right? The masculine is encouraged to stand up in his own spiritual truth and his spiritual beliefs, and so there's going to be a lot of challenges. I know, like power struggle, battles, right? A lot of the masculines have stayed in that unhealthy contract because of the poor advice, not wanting to admit that they were wrong, not wanting to have to face challenges and oppositions. This is also the energy of non-conformity and breaking the chains, right? And so we're here to build spiritually minded communities. We're here to come together, you know, and it's okay to ask the divine for help. It's okay to pray and to trust that the answers will come. And this is also the energy of we cannot keep comparing ourselves to other people's traditional relationships. We're here to break the mold. We're here to bring in these new family ideas, these new family structures. And so I do feel like the masculine really couldn't see what was best for him because of the poor counsel that he did receive. And so I do feel still a little bit on defense when it comes to this release. So there needs to be a release of the false unions, right? A lot of the masculines are in a false twin flame connection, calling it twin flame out of shame, out of fear, out of guilt. I'm not really sure what. But there is going to be an ending. That is the death card. Everything is going to come full circle from A to Z. And so there is a need for the masculine to release that karmic person, that karmic shadowy feminine that has been holding him back as he goes through this spiritual transformation. So let's do a 9-card spread, guys. We'll see what else needs to come through for the twins for the week ahead. But I just feel deep trust. Deep trust is really going to be needed on the feminines. And look at that release. An ending that will lead to a new beginning. An ending that will lead to a reconciliation, I feel. And the twins come onto each other's paths to rekindle that childhood innocence. I remember the energy of just oneness in the presence of the counterpart. Time would stand still. It was just this state of love. And so I do feel the masculine is revisiting the feminine in dream space. This is the time where we do embrace this deeply seated inner child healing. The twin gets you to that seed point, right? And so there is going to be the return of the past, I feel, this week, but there does need to be a major ending before this reconciliation, and that will require a release of the old belief systems. And what's been holding the masculine back, I feel, was that foolish decision, right? And I also feel this energy of he can feel the feminine is no longer investing her time or her energy. So a major ending, Scorpio. So let's cut the deck now and let's do a 9-card spread, and we'll see what else needs to come through for the twins for the week ahead. Page of Swords in reversed, the Star, Page of Wands in reversed. Interesting. Oh, the Awakening, Pisces energy, Hanged Man, the Moon, dead central energy, the Magician reverse. So we got 4 major arcana so far out of 6. So this tells me the divine's in control. Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. The Knight of Swords in reversed. The 5 of Swords in reversed. And there's that conscious release of that long-standing burden. The 10 of Wands in reversed. And full steam ahead, baby. Full steam ahead. The Chariot. So what I see here is this energy of watching. A lot of the masculines, withdrawal communication. We go through years of ghosting, non-communication. But the masculines will sit there in the background and they will watch. If you have a public social media profile, they will watch you in silence, gathering information. And what I like about this Page of Swords is all of the butterflies. And so blue is linked to the throat, communication. And so a lot of the masculines gain a lot of insights watching you, but that's all due to perception, right? And so what we see on social media a lot of the times is fake, right? Facebook, may as well call it fake book, right? But a lot of the masculines try to gain information and insights by watching you silently as to, oh my God, how can I come in and heal this? Like watching you, knowing that you're the star, you're the wish fulfillment. You could be a divine feminine that has a channel and you're well known within your own spiritual community. This is the energy of like a star, right? And so they watch you and they see you've got a bright future. I think the masculine's watching and it looks like to them the feminine's having all of her dreams coming true. And so this is a shift, right? The masculine can end all of these challenging times and bring in positive changes, but it will require communication to bring that light in at the end of the tunnel. It's like you are the light in the darkness for the masculine. I really don't like the Page of Wands in reverse, but I just feel there's like a lack of opportunity. The masculine feels like maybe this is a missed opportunity. Is it even worth sending a message? And so there's also like this block of creativity as the masculine kind of faces their inner beast, their inner dragon. And so it's like they're lacking passion. There's fear of coming back to finish what was started. And I do feel a lot of that stems around a rejection wound. But there is like this awakening taking place. A lot of the masculines have been under the veil of illusion. Strong Pisces energy. We do have Neptune retrograde in Pisces, so I feel coming out of illusion. With the Magician reverse, this is the energy of like manipulation, a lack of, I just feel like this overall like lack of magic alive in the divine masculine's life. And a lot of the karmics are like these pathological manipulators, pathological liars and manipulators. And so they really do have a way of putting that veil of illusion over the masculine's eyes, so he's not able to even listen to his own intuition, and a lack of paying attention to the signs. And so there's going to be a wake-up call. This is also the energy of stuck, right? I don't want to look at this. I don't want to see this. I'm not going to change. But I feel that full moon, or not the full moon. We had the full moon in Aquarius. We're going to have a new moon in Leo on the 16th. This is going to bring in a wake-up call or a revelation that will clarify the deception surrounding the masculine. And this is going to create unexpected movement, accelerated movement, fast, decisive action being taken, and releasing that unwise choice, I feel. The masculine realizes that there's a better way at this point in time. And so they kind of went towards somebody that lacked integrity, but was really good at fooling them. And I do feel a lot of the karmics like to instill a lot of unnecessary worry and fear as well. But I do feel there's going to be some type of blow-up event, shake-up, argument, or something that is going to get the masculine moving at light speed, leaving behind that unwise choice. And I do feel this really has been a burden. He's really This has really weighed heavy. I do feel a lot of masculines work a lot of overtime to avoid even spending time in that false contract, or they have to work to help pay for all of the lustful desires of the karmic shadow feminine energy. And this is all due to, it is the energy of what goes around comes around. What you do unto others will be done unto you. That is the law of the universe. And so the masculine did lack integrity at a certain point in time and maybe had questionable motives. It is the energy of what goes around comes around. But I do feel a lot of the stress will create all kinds of health problems on the masculine side, maybe even heart issues. I said heart, I feel it. And so a lot of the masculines too are too proud to admit that they made a mistake. It's not easy to tell somebody, hey, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Can we have a do-over? It's not easy swallowing your pride. And so I do feel, though, unexpected movement. And I do feel like the masculine's getting his ass whooped. I feel like it's going to feel like the rug is being pulled out from under him, right? The 2 of Wands in reversed with the 7 of Wands is the 5 of Wands. Well, I don't want to fight no more. I'm all done playing into conflicts with others. Drama isn't worth my time, isn't worth my energy. And so a lot of the masculines played into these very dramatic situations, and it was all to reflect back to them what they've been denying within the repressed aspects of self, all of these distorted views of the ego. Because if you see on this 5 of Wands, the only person he's fighting with is the person in the mirror. And so now I'm hearing that Michael Jackson song, Man in the Mirror. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look in the mirror and make that change. Be the change you are seeking in the world. But I do feel like there's going to be opposition. It's going to feel like the wind being kicked out of him because he's not been willing to take those steps forward. And so I do feel movement. This is, balancing your emotions, harnessing your strength to get in the driver's seat and to go in a new direction, finding your determination, your willpower. I do feel coming forward with some form of public recognition for the feminine as well. And I do feel as he's been in these challenging situations, this has all been to avoid going into this great sadness. A lot of the masculines have avoided feeling the pain of the separation. The feminine goes through the feeling of the wounding. And it was death, right? It was like death for the first 2 years. I cried and cried. And I was like in the fetal position for many months. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I was just broken. My soul was ripped out of my chest. I was broken. And the masculines have avoided feeling this deep heartbreak, this great sadness. But we can't heal this timeless wound without feeling the great sadness. And so a lot of masculines collectively have been programmed to stuff everything down and to not feel their emotions, that's weak, and that is not weak. True emotional vulnerability and feeling is strength. And so we can't fully let go of the past if we're unwilling to look at it. So I do feel the masculine has a lot of pain on the heart that he's ignored, which has created all kinds of challenges externally to trigger personal growth, because there is a need to heal this misunderstanding. A lot of the masculines were not there for the feminine in her time of need. And so this is a time of transformation. I do feel the masculine is going to experience a significant life breakdown, a breakdown that's going to require changes to be made, ready or not. A powerful, unexpected shakeup or tower, which will bring a revelation, which will break the masculine free. Because he's in a contract rooted in old belief systems. So I do feel get ready for the masculine to come back for that missed opportunity, is what I'm feeling this week. And so, he's known there's a need to move on from that situation. He's deep down inside been seeking more out of life, but not physically speaking it. He's been clinging to the old, even though knowing deep down inside he truly is on a spiritual quest. And so I do feel he's going to choose to come back. He's going to leave something behind that he's held on to, where the spark is gone, the passion is gone, the drive is gone, the creativity is gone. There's really no long-term investment there. There's a lack of loyalty, a lack of dedication. And I do feel like the masculine's got some type of guardian angel watching over him saying, hey, it's time to go forward with communication. It's time to break free, to break the mold, and to take those next steps forward, to break free from procrastination, to break free from an illusion. A lot of the masculines go into the mind and they overanalyze everything. And that doesn't help to gain clarity. It's about going into the heart. A lot of the masculines play into addictions. But I do feel there's going to be a lot going on, a lot of stress being caused, a lot of triggers being pulled in order to make these unexpected rapid changes. And I do feel like it is time. The feminine has been patient. We have been so very patient. And it's almost like now the feminine's turned her back. I'm not waiting for that ship to come anymore, which is bringing in the justice, which is bringing in the closing of the cycle. So spiritual enlightenment, coming full circle. I do feel the feminine is stepping into freedom. I do feel the choice will be yours. You can do whatever it is you want. You can go back to the counterpart. You can go towards a new soulmate. You have freedom. So be proud of yourself and everything that you have overcome and done on this journey, Divine Feminine. What was unjust will be made right. The universe has a funny way of rebalancing those scales. So keep standing up for what it is that you believe in, Divine Feminine. You are the one in a win-win position because you have always come from a place of integrity. And so get ready for an unexpected choice in lovers this week. The time has come for the twins to embrace this true love and deep intuitive connection. This is about making a decision from the heart. And when we make decisions from the heart, we can restore our vibrant health, our vitality, and we can recover from all dis-ease and illnesses. So find your strength, Divine Masculine, to bring that offer forward and to leave the past challenges behind, because regret, guilt, and shame are wasted emotions. And when we keep focusing on the negative, then we become that self-fulfilling prophecy. So forgive yourself, forgive others, look for the blessings in the very painful lessons, because there's always a blessing when we see the light at the end of the tunnel. I do feel compassion will always bring about forgiveness. And so that is true strength, forgiveness. So let's just close off the reading with some twin flame oracle messages. And I'm really hoping to get the rest of the zodiac signs out this week. I know I have some play dates planned for the kids. So please be patient with me, and I will choose an extra deck for those remaining signs that have remained patient. I do appreciate that. So any last closing messages for the twins? Really, the answers are within, is what they want us to know. Meditate. Meditate. Go within. Be still. Stillness and quietness will bring you the awareness and answers that you are seeking, because there is still a block when it comes to Heros Gamos union, when it comes to this twin flame soul merge. So don't speak negatively about the journey, about your counterpart, or about your spiritual path. The masculines are awakening, and they are becoming conscious of their light, of their mission work. And so these transits really are helping us to cut all of these cords and attachments so we can start anew with love. And that is what I have for the week ahead. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I do encourage you to check the information box below. Feel free to send me an email or to head on over to my business page on Facebook. You can book through there as well. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.